Resurrection Fern and the Cane River Film Festival. We would like to present this award to you. This is your check.
Thank you.
This is John Druzbik, and he is our grand prize winner for this year for his awesome movie, The Mojave Mirage. It was the very first movie that came on. He did an excellent job. He had very good actors, and the screenwriting was awesome. The script was awesome. It was amazing.
Thank you.
And so we chose you because your work was awesome and it was outstanding.
Thank you very much.
We'll take our pictures. Can I have Erica?
Yeah.
Can you get my picture with this? Give me my phone.
Okay.
Hello.
We're okay with the picture? Boop, boop. Okay.
I'm sorry we're in the darkness. I thought the lights would come on, you guys. It's always something when you're making a festival. We got to work through the things.
You know.
When on the way out, you guys could take them and
Yeah,
Oh, we
but-
got the red carpet. We're gonna
Yeah.
take all these type of pictures. So
Yeah.
this was our part of Q&A. We're still gonna go move through it because I think it's so important for you guys to introduce yourself and meet the people that won the film festival, John Druzbik. And thank you, family, for coming. I really appreciate you guys. Thank you for our councilwoman at large, Betty Sawyer Smith being here, our volunteers, all you guys, Gwen and Barbara and all you guys, I appreciate you. Erica, her mama. BK Fulton has come out here and Jackie Stone from Virginia. And thank you for your film, Freedom Path. There's so many movies for me to remember and people for me to remember. But I really want you guys to know I appreciate you guys being here today. And thank you, John, for coming with your family and taking this grand prize from the Historic District Development Commission. It's $1,500, and we are stoked to give it to him because he deserves it. We invest in our filmmakers in Louisiana. Even though he's in Texas, his roots are here, Arsenault and Louisiana. So Louisiana keeps taking home the prize.
Yeah.
So what I'm gonna do is let my new Vice President Cherie Davis, who is my kinfolk as well, take over right now and do the Q&A with John, and then it will be BK Fulton, and then myself. I'm just gonna say goodbye to everybody and welcome you guys come to the Mariners after this is over. We're gonna just have the ambiance of being on the Cane River. The appetizers are provided for by Louisiana Seafood, and we're just gonna enjoy ourselves tonight. So I'll see y'all later.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Good afternoon again, everyone. We're going to take this opportunity to allow Mr. John Druzbik to just share with us what is his why and how did he get into writing a movie.
Well, thank you. Yeah, I don't know how long it's been. I've been making videos for over half my life. I don't know exactly how long I've been trying my best to, make movies and everything, but I really got into the groove of it in like 2018. There was a super small, really non-prestigious film festival on YouTube, and it was just a bunch of kids with just shooting stuff on iPhones, and most of it was complete garbage, and I submitted a few things to that festival that were worse than everyone else. No, but it was a really, really small, and I loved that festival. That was a super small community, and it was every 6 months, and I watched everyone's films every single year, and I went back and that was my first reason to pick up a camera, to actually make something of myself. And I remember my first film was I think 90 seconds, and there's a 3-minute minimum requirement. So I filled out with like an end credit that was 90 seconds as well. But since then, I think that festival was really a big thing that drove me, even though it wasn't anything for most people. That was personally something that was getting me going. I mean, this festival right here, I think it was before the pandemic, I think it was 2019, around February, I had this idea for like an animated film with a green screen and me and a bunch of people moving around, and I went all out to make it for that festival. And the film, I submitted it improperly. Can you believe that? was supposed to submit it in a certain way, and it didn't get through, and I was like crushed. I was like, no, I can't, show off this film. I'm sure it would have at least gone in 9th place or something, But, that next year it was a biannual film festival, and that next season they didn't have one. So I kind of got out of the rhythm of that festival, and I wasn't able to submit to it for a long time. And in the meantime, that kind of got me started. And by then, I was making a film every 2 months, some sort of short film, something, And at this point, I've made like 24 short films. Most of them are not, my best work. That was the first one I felt comfortable showing anywhere. That the Mojave Mirage, and the other 23 are more just me learning and practicing most other things. But I think it was a lot of me just really falling in love with the craft. I've had a lot of friends over the years that were not happy with me because everywhere I go, I have a camera. Everywhere I go, I have a phone or a camera or both. I'm just shooting stuff nonstop. And, me and my friends driving around Tomball, which is a small town near Houston where I used to live. And we're driving around, everyone just wants to hang out and get pizza. It's a Friday night. We just got out of school after a week of whatever in high school. And I'm like, this would be a great filming location right here, that abandoned house, that statue. And I used all those. I did use those locations for the films and stuff, but I definitely have annoyed a lot of my friends over the years because I don't have, for any of my films, I'm editing 5 right now that I'm proud of. And I'm planning on making one for my senior project. It's about a saint from the 5th century, 4th century, Saint Moses the Black. But with all my productions, including that one, I've never had, I think I went around the wrong way. Other people are like, I interviewed this one girl who was in Austin making a bunch of movies that I liked and I enjoyed, and she was like, yep, I've got this crew of 30 people, and we're all doing these different things, and I'm organizing all this kind of stuff going on. And I'm thinking to myself, usually my crew is just me and the 2 actors I can get to show up, barely. That's probably my weaker point, is doing the production the right way, because I'm always like, okay, let's just get these actors or these people just together, My freshman year of college, I'm a junior now, and I made that film when I was a sophomore. But my freshman year, I spent an entire year nonstop just grabbing people everywhere I could to make this short film. It was originally going to be 4 minutes long. The script was 4 pages. And where I'm at now, the draft is 18 minutes, and I still haven't released it. But, it's like I just grabbed people everywhere I could just to help me out and shoot things. And when I was making that film, the Mojave Mirage in Las Vegas, I did it over the summer when even most of my friends were out of town because of the summer, right? So I just got lucky. I was just like, okay, I'm gonna work with the people I got. That girl that was in the movie, I was like, okay, I know for this film I need a romantic interest, and I didn't know anyone in town except for that one girl. Turns out I also had a crush on her. So that entire month we were shooting, I was like, okay, we gotta redo that sunset scene for the 4th time. Okay? And I'm like, the voiceover's not working, we're like this and that and that. Turned out she ended up becoming my girlfriend, so hey, it worked out.
Awesome.
But, it's just like nonstop. I usually don't have a crew, and I usually don't have too much to work with, but over time, you meet so many people. Now I know like 40 people in Lubbock, which is not a filmmaking town, right? Of people that are just happy to work and help me out and do their own things. And, I don't know the proper way to do it, but when I was making that film, it was, I think, July 1st. And that film festival I told you about that I loved as a kid in like 2017, 2018, that I watched all the time, they were like, okay, for the first time in forever, we're gonna do a 30-day film challenge, whatever. Try and just come up with something that's 4 minutes or less. That film was 6 minutes, but I was like, okay, I'm going to Las Vegas from the 12th to the 4th. I'm going to Las Vegas from the 12th to 17th. I know some people here. I know some people there. And while I was driving back to Lubbock from Houston, in 8 hours, the idea kind of just started forming in my mind. I remember in January 22, so I shot that film in July of 22, but in January I had this idea for a feature film where I would have these 3 different ideas. One guy that's lost between different timelines, trying to figure out, or different eras of his life, trying to figure out what's going on. One was like a liminal film of someone, it was like me doing green screen, but a little bit smoother. And the other was going to be like a hyper dramatic noir desert mystery whatever film. I had these ideas in my head for a feature. I was like, okay, I can combine all three of these things into one cool feature, and I had to outline everything. And I was like, nah, that's too much. But you know, when I was driving to Lubbock, I had that, like, one of those ideas, one of those three plot lines kind of formed in my mind. I was like, okay, I have an idea for this film. I know I can make it 4 minutes. So while I was driving back from Houston, there's a scene in the film where he's running towards the camera, and at the climax, you know, all of those shots were just me stopping every 40 miles across Texas. Like, that looks like a good location. Stop, set up the tripod, get me running. It took me 3 hours later. You know, it's an 8-hour drive. It probably took me 11, 12 hours to get there just because I kept on stopping constantly. But, you know, I just, where was I going with that?
You're sharing your why. What is your why?
Yeah, I was saying something about the film. Oh yeah, it was 30-day film festival. So I just got in the habit. I was driving back and I shot that, and then I started just getting people, like, there was a fireworks thing on July 2nd and July 4th, and I shot 2 different scenes for that, and I just kept on going out. And by the end of the month, I was like, okay, I've got a fun draft that's 4 minutes long that I'm okay with, I like. And then later on, I extended it to be 6 minutes to include more dialogue and flesh out the story. And now that I'm rewatching it, now it's been almost 8 months since I made it, I'm thinking, you know, I should probably make another director's cut and flesh out some more of the film. It's kind of all over the place, but that's kind of been my history. So I've just been trying to make as much as I can, and I feel like slowly it's been getting easier to do things that I'm proud of, you know, make films that I'm proud of and that I want to share. So
That is truly, truly remarkable. Your creativity, it's like talking to someone that is a creative genius, you know. I could kind of identify, even though I've never made a movie like that, but I could identify with you as you're going down these different pathways, trying to make it be what you are actually thinking about in your mind. And so that is awesome. And we really just want you to, you know, continue writing, continue thinking about how can you bring other movies to the big screen. And so on behalf of the Cane River Film Festival and the Resurrection Firm, we are just elated and excited that you were in this film festival this year and you were the winner. So we just applaud your ingenuity. We applaud all of the hard work, and from what you're telling us, we realize that hard work always pays off.
Thank you.